hates it when I say that. But they found in our favor. It actually never went to trial. The judge suggested to the homeowner that he probably should settle because it really wasn't a new case, it was a contempt of court case. And so the homeowner decided to agree. So as of June 30th, there will be no more trash, and he will not be there.
Okay. And what happens if he is and the trash is not gone?
He goes to jail.
Okay. All right, thank you, Rick.
You're welcome.
ACO report. I have in,
You have one to sign?
I do have the one to sign. I don't have a copy of that.
We did these in pieces, yeah.
I'm not getting my packet before Monday morning now, I'm done. Okay, we do have 80 miles by their animal control officer, with total due to her is $40. And her history of what she's done is to a barking dog on the Scotts Point Road. One would think the mayor of the Scotts Point Road would take that into consideration to get it to stop. That be you or Mr. Freeman? Okay. Okay. All right. Huh?
We have what?
I know we have a lot of Scotts Point people. All right. Okay. Do I have a motion to?
I'll make a motion, we accept Carla's report and pay her mileage.
Okay, do I have a second? Nancy? All those in favor? Oh, discussion? Okay, thank you. Keep on task. Eddington Fire Department. I think I had one of those somewhere. I don't know.
Friday was so chaotic, Stephanie.
Okay, we do have an Eddington Fire Department report. I don't have it in front of me, but that is for our review, which we have done. SAD 63 School Board report. No Scott.
I know there was a meeting,
Yeah, I sent out a.
yeah, I didn't get it. There was a meeting tonight at 3:45, which I believe teachers and maybe some other people went. I don't know the results of that. And then I heard something that I hadn't read the email for tomorrow night.
This came in from Kelly Terrio,
Business manager.
the business manager. Hi all, I wanted to officially let each town know that RSU 63's budget hearing scheduled for tomorrow night, April 17th, has been postponed. We will still have this meeting. Potential changes are being reviewed, and we do not feel in light of that we would be ready for a meeting tomorrow night. We'll let you know when the new date is. Thanks. So, I don't know, did you go or you don't go?
I know, it kind of sounded like, I guess the second time I heard that, it sounded like they're still gonna have it.
They're still
It's
gonna
not
have
just-
a meeting,
Right.
just maybe not gonna have a lot of stuff to.
I can report that I have been to a couple of the budget meetings that they've had the last 2 or 3 weeks, and Stephanie was there, the last meeting was there. They're proposing a lot of changes. They're letting several teachers go. One of the scenarios that they're talking about is sending all of the Clifton kids to Holden School and not to Eddington. The reason behind that is that by doing that, it will take, I think they're eliminating 2 or 3 positions at the Eddington School because of lower attendance. And if they put the Clifton children over in Holden, then they can bring the preschool program that is in the portable room into the school building and not have to deal with that building. Other than that, I guess that's about all right. There's going to be a lot of changes. They're letting some people go in Holbrook School because their probationary teachers, and of course the teachers that will be, the positions that are eliminated in Eddington, the teachers will be integrated in the other schools if they want the positions.
Now, I haven't been to any meetings, but one of the scenarios I heard was also moving some grades to Holden and leaving some in Eddington. Now, that scenario seems really hard to me, especially with parents with 2 or 3 kids that are in different grades and having to, if they pick them up, having to pick them up in Holden and Eddington at the same time. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work very well. And after school care, I don't get it.
The only scenario, I believe, is definitely correct on you, the scenario that they seem to be leaning toward is the one where all of the kids go to Holden. Because it's going to be the least cost, it's, you know, the cost of it is going to be much less than it will be doing. If they do it the other way, they're gonna have to hire another special ed teacher because of the special ed needs that go with one of the scenarios. The other one was a lot more expensive transportation. So
Well, that's what I was gonna ask about transportation. Won't that cost more?
It would cost less to transport Clifton kids to Holden. So they're looking at a way to save money there. If they do if they make the Eddington school a pre-K through or first grade, and then Holden would be 2nd through 4th, then that would actually add money to the transportation. So even though that was kind of the best option for the kids starting out in pre-K all together, and the teachers being able to collaborate, having all the grades together, it seemed like a good option educationally, but it would cost more.
Stephanie, how many kids does that involve? You told me 20-something?
35.
30-something?
35
35?
kids, yeah, that are going to be affected by it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, I think, Eric, did you want to say something?
Yeah, the only thing is, I have this thing on the SAD 63 community collaboration site. Rusty Fairbanks wrote out 3 scenarios. I didn't know if you cared about hearing them from her words on that site, if anybody else had not read them. And also they said, yeah, one of the sites that I couldn't figure out from that comments that were made, one of the transportation issues was they were going to go up in $14,400 in transportation, but they would reduce the teaching jobs by 7. But then the money was just getting absorbed to other places in the budget, according to different people. So in other words, even though they were going to get $300,000 from cutting 7 teachers, the money was just getting consumed other places so that the people never saw it. So that the net was, like you said, Stephanie, up 14.4, because they didn't just give the $300,000 back. But yeah, there were 3 scenarios. If you want to find out and keep track of it, Rusty always posts in great detail what's on that community collaboration site.
Great detail.
What's that website? I haven't.
It's on Facebook.
Oh, I'm not on Facebook.
Okay, well, just go create a Facebook account. No, just go create one with any name or whatever, okay? And if you don't want to just have family stuff on there, just tell me what it is and I'll okay you, because I'm actually the one that made that community collaboration site several years ago. And it's now, this past year, it's really gotten to be popular, apparently.
I think the one thing that this just shows is that, you know, as a community, I've always said when we go to vote for the budget or go to these budget hearings, there are maybe 3 people from Clifton. And, you know, we hear the same excuses, but we are to the point that we really need to be proactive. Whether you have children in school or not, this astronomical amount of money affects every single one of us. And also what's happening to these little children. You know, it's the same thing when RSU started to come into play and we're going to bus kids 30 miles to the nearest school. You know, it could certainly be happening here. So watch for the votes. The referendum vote will be in June, but some of these meetings are truly important for us to show up to. So
I do think that the school board and the administration has put an awful lot of time into trying to keep the budget very close to what it was last year. I think you all remember last year it went up astronomical, for everything. And Clifton and Eddington both turned it down, but Holden passed it. And because there were enough votes in Holden, it did go through.
Right.
But they have been getting, since the tax bills came out in Holden, they've been getting an awful lot of flack from people from Holden who are not going to support a budget
Yeah,
that doesn't hold the line.
yeah,
And because they do have declining enrollments, it's time that some of these people left.
okay. Can we move on? All right. Building use, roads. Ed, we have anything for roads?
Yeah, there was supposed to be a letter for this. I went out with Mike Salisbury. First of all, we lost Johnny Falcon because his wife was selling out the machinery. I guess they're getting out of it. So I got a hold of Mike Salisbury, went out and spent 2 hours on the roads talking about grade, what had to be done, what should be done, what shouldn't be done. And I think that he's done a good job for us in the cemeteries. He's done a good job for us taking care of 180. I've had no complaints. So this is not a beginner deal. We have to turn it out for bid. I think we ought to see what he can do. And I ask for your vote, confidence that I did my job of going out and finding somebody that would do this job. And I did notice that we was out, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And the roads are, wow. In a week's time, gone. So I mean, I like to get this okay in the board here tonight so that we can get him in line to do this right off. as
You're
fast as
talking
we can
grading,
do it.
correct?
This is,
You're talking grading.
Grading, and you know, if we need graphics and graphics, there was a cutoff on that. You didn't explain all that stuff.
he was able to work within that budget. You told him what our budget was and what our, okay. All right, okay.
And he does charge $15 an hour less than Johnny. So that's
Wow.
on the grade,
Yeah, okay.
all right?
And how much is in that budget for that
It's-
item? How much is that?
Oh, they have a cutoff. You're gonna put up the $3,000 worth of gravel on the roads, because you don't want a guy grading the roads, all of a sudden he needs gravel, you gotta shut down. And they can't go over that unless they get a hold of me, and we bring it back before the select board. The grading of the roads itself is wrote in 2 different articles. Somewhere around 900 to 1,300, it varies of what time it takes, that's what I can remember. I've been playing with these roads for a long time,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna spend a buck more than we have to spend. But that, and I like to watch people, how they do their work. I go see it before, I take them out, show them what we have to have done. And when it's done, I go out and check them before they get paid. And there's a lot of work that has to be done to these roads. We gotta stop playing with the windmill people. That's where the money's going. Over the last 5 years.
Okay, all right.
Enough.
Nothing to do with roads.
In September, we graded 12 and a half hours, and it was $12.50.
I think they did some other stuff together.
That was with Johnny,
Yeah.
At that
it's-
time?
It's right
Okay.
around the same amount every
Yeah.
time,
okay.
but normally they'll have some costs, but
I was
here
gonna
this,
say 500. Yeah, okay.
gravel 84 cubic yards, so that was $10.92, about $92 they spent.
The only
Replace.
concern I might have it is, you know does anybody know how much frost there is in the ground now? Is it the frost hasn't gone
I
out?
got nothing.
Is there still frost in the ground?
If the frost hasn't gone out.
No, I know
grade,
that.
they're gonna
And this is
get
what,
frost.
first of all, I gotta okay that this guy can do the job.
Mhm.
And he understands, and we talked about that, we can't go grade the roads with the snow, or we can't grade them when they're frozen.
Yep.
So, but I would rather be first on this list than last.
Certainly want to have it, what we need to have it done
No,
before
I
the
don't
next
think-
meeting. I'm not saying I don't agree with it,
But I mean, you know,
I'm just concerned that it doesn't get done before the frost.
And I
that
think-
and we don't want,
He
we don't
knows that.
want, we're pushing mud around.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll make sure of that.
Just to clarify, when Ed mentioned $3,000, that's an article that they vote every year that the board can accept any contractor as long as it's under that amount without putting it out to bid. So I think that's where I was coming from with that.
Yeah.
It's something we vote on every year,
Yeah.
town meeting.
So we done the $3,000 worth of gravel request to get a hold of me because one of the chairmen left it, if you need gravel, do it, it costs us $7,000, but he didn't do nothing wrong,
Yeah,
you understand it?
No.
yeah.
He just didn't listen. That won't happen, that's why we're up.
Make a motion that we authorize Ed to take care of getting the roads graded and scrap.
Give you a year.
Okay, we have a motion on the table here.
I'll second that.
Motion was made that Ed have Mike do the job, in essence, okay. A second by Julie. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
And sweeping, I talked to Downey Supervac, those
Okay.
are the same people who use every year, they're both the only people on this, that equipment. $17.50 for this year, they went up $50 from last year, that was $1,700 last year. If everybody's okay with them, they will schedule us in like the first week in May.
That's the same guy done last, he does a good job.
He's the only one. I had blue collar the other day because he didn't answer, Downey Supervac didn't answer my calls. He'll be here earlier than they do apparently to work, but, he's like, Deb, I don't know anybody that has a machine that will do that kind of work anymore, but,
They get good machines, they do a good job.
yeah. So, he said first week in May. He was out in Holden the other day over the weekend, the roads are pretty soft, the side and shoulder, so.
Okay.
If everybody's okay with them,
Yep.
still.
Fine.
Okay.
We already made a motion for grading and sweeping.
Okay,
so-
okay. Okay, treasurer's report.
One more thing on, I had listed, the flags are here for the cemetery.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Maybe that's under my part. Yeah, it is. Sorry.
Well, we're talking about flags, how many flags are we gonna put up? Does anybody get that idea?
But on the pole,
Yeah,
all that we have.
you wanna do that? How many flags, oh, look at that birthday.
Oh, who is going to put them out?
Who put them out last year?
Firemen, and I'm gonna hold it,
I
do
can't
it, they
say
do it
that.
anyways.
But I mean, I'll
They
go
don't
out and
like
get,
to do it, but.
between 40 and 50, I think I can get so they can put them up. Whether they put that many up or not.
Because we just,
I don't know.
yeah, we have no money in the budget for new flags, so.
We don't need it. Like, there's
Okay.
nothing
Yeah,
else. It's
okay.
gonna be resurrected. Some of them are falling off the poles and stuff like that.
Right.
Usually the ones that are no good, I give them to Brian Melvin, he's a veteran, he burns.
But we will ask the fire department again.
Try them, and I'll try and find it.
Those have
Bit
to
of
be
second
out.
one, down
usually
there,
Memorial
down here.
Weekend.
Yeah, yeah. Do they charge us to do that, or is that on the
No.
goodness of their
I
mind?
tell them how much we pay them every year, so.
Okay, good, good, that's good, okay.
So, I'm pretty sure that's in the contract somewhere.
I don't
Jerry.
think so.
When you talked about roads, I didn't hear anything about cold patch for like that hole going into Scott Point Road that's gonna be from here to over the other side of the table if it doesn't get
Well-
something in it.
You know, there again, David, who passed on, he was the one who used to get the cold patch and put in there.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll look around, see if I can find somebody who wants to do
I have.
it. I got a rug in the back of my truck, so I ain't gonna carry it around.
Well, look, I'm sort of past the point of going down and filling, 5-gallon buckets with the stuff. But I have done that in my own driveway, but I don't have to do that anymore, so.
Well, if you wanna put dirt in it, that's no problem, but I mean, that's
I
enough.
mean, even
to
if
have
we
run-
put,
run-
even if we put the salt and sand, from the sand shed in,
Well, we can do that.
to stop the hole from enlarging.
I think.
I can do that. I haven't gone out yet and decided if we're gonna do any tarring yet, because we've got some other road problems. We got a road on Stagecoach Road. I don't like to spend a lot of money, but a couple of trunks were off the road and ruined it. Now, so something's gonna have to be done.
Yeah.
You know, the narrow road.
You know who it was? That's a bill, that's an insurance claim.
You ain't gonna get it out the first time.
I think it's in my talk with Mike Soliver, he might be able to do
I'll
some
get all of it.
patching for
You
you.
probably have some of
I wouldn't be surprised if I
it.
was.
I won't, I'll get all of
I think maybe you ought to contact whoever's got the barking dogs on your road.
it. Yeah.
I don't know who that would be.
Well, they can
Oh,
fill a hole in.
The
They
guy with-
fill a hole in.
the guy with the chainsaw at 6 in the morning, you may hear about him before.
Okay, what else we got, Deb?
You have your monthly report.
Yep.
Vacation,
Not really.
I'm gonna take action on the non-zero balances for 2011, which are automatically already foreclosed on, but we do have agreements with some of them that are paying, it's just hardship. on
Okay.
Some of these
Yep.
businesses.
Okay,
Some that I have talked to that haven't come back,
okay.
like they said they were gonna, San Zero is one of them.
When you take action, what does that mean we do?
We own the
Or-
property, we
okay.
technically own it
now.
as of December.
Okay,
We
all right.
owned it.
Okay,
But some, like I said, hardships, Richard Carter.
yeah, yep,
We know what went on with his family.
yeah.
We know that he's never on this list. Hanson's, I talked to them,
Okay.
he isn't coming in. I have a written agreement with Kennedy's
Mhm.
and the Phillips, Larry, actually.
Okay.
One of them is a trailer in the trailer park. From what I'm seeing through the MMA site, that a lot of towns have issues with taking a trailer from a trailer park in foreclosure. What happens is we legally probably will be liable to move that trailer. So, because of the small amount, a lot of towns, you can waive it.
Yeah,
We can discuss that more in
Which
detail.
one is it?
Travis, Warren,
where's the trailer park?
on Getchell Road.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, so that's for 3 years, that's, what you go,
okay,
this for 1 year, so 3 years, you're talking 300 something.
okay, all right,
So, I'm just letting you know.
okay,
So
all
I'll
right.
be in touch. Mark will do what he has to do to put it into the town names and insurance.
And
It
if
costs
I
the
dad
town.
paid the tax on the trailer and the land tax.
Just the trailer, because it's in a trailer park, they don't have land, just the trailer, which is taxed real property. Some towns do personal property, but we do real property.
But for sale sign, maybe we should keep it there.
What
Yeah, I
happens
don't
to,
know if we want
what
it.
happens to these properties that have mortgages and all that stuff on it?
Normally, none of these do, obviously, because the mortgage company would have
Before they
paid.
go to foreclosure, the bank will pay the
Yeah,
taxes on them.
None
Because
of
the
these.
bank doesn't want the town to own them. They want to own
The
it.
town can file a UCC on those.
Mhm.
the trailer.
But like, what about this one, the gravel pit?
Well, he's got a building and everything, so
Yeah,
that's worth some money to the town, in my
okay.
eyes.
Mhm. Okay,
So we'll take the next steps from there.
okay. Cindy?
Is that the one that's been on our road?
Yes,
I believe there's a big mortgage on that.
There
Yeah.
isn't.
Really?
They get the notices as well. There's
There is a
nothing.
mortgage, but I don't know why
We
they're
didn't-
not paying.
Well, I think actually, this is public knowledge. I believe they're being foreclosed on everything they own.
yeah,
Yep.
Who said yeah?
Me.
Oh, yes.
But they, I have a
think it's
case,
foreclosure.
the same thing, but I've requested to be contacted by the mortgage company to try to get them to pay it. Because to try to take it and do
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
with it, with
Which
all
we
that
are.
involved, is gonna be,
The town is always first, they're paid first in any situation if there's a mortgage, so we would, I guess I could call the bank to see where they're at.
yeah,
I can do that.
yeah,
But
Yeah,
he
I
came
would-
in
I
and-
would contact the bank.
Yeah,
Get some.
he came in and was,
yeah,
gonna do what he can, but obviously it's past that point.
okay, all right,
So just to let you know that,
okay,
and that's my reports.
okay.
And employee stuff, vacation, and sick time is
Okay.
there as well.
And what is this about the employee insurance questions?
We have, if we have our insurance, we got our cards.
Okay.
We got our first bill, no, anyways, that'd be.
Okay,
Dental benefits, and then your, income protection plan, if that, we don't cover it, the town does not cover it.
right,
I am interested in providing myself the dental package. We have to get the okay from them in order to do
And
that.
I was interested in
Extra, like,
extra life insurance. And
Okay.
again, I would pay for that,
Right.
It's no cost to the
but
town.
you have to approve that.
for you to be able to do that?
Yes,
Yeah, okay,
it's offered to us, so
I would make a motion that, the town allow Deborah to have the dental and Kathy the life insurance, through payroll deductions at 100%.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
I have a thought on that property that has gravel pit in the building.
We're not on that right now.
I know that, but
You gotta wait.
this is a great
Well,
idea.
hang on to that thought,
I
because
can't
we're not,
do
we're not in the middle of
Write
that
it
yet.
down. Do you need to write it down? I have paper.
Yeah. Okay. Any discussion about employee benefits? All right, all those in favor? Okay. Now,
I'm sorry, I don't know procedure, but I'll work on that.
well, we're pretty loose with letting people speak tonight, so let me just say that, it's okay.
I don't know what the town could do with that. However, that might be a great place for a little fire station, which would cut a lot of insurance to a lot of the people in that area. Just an idea.
A volunteer fire station?
If you put, I mean, you guys know insurance, if you're within 5 miles of a
Fire station.
Yeah.
fire station, you're gonna cut a lot of insurance
Well,
costs.
it has to be an approved fire station.
And it does, and it has to be heated, so, you know, I don't know what's out there except there's a big building.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Check. Here. Okay.
Put a lean-to on it.
Anything
Sorry,
else?
Electronics and, that's the gentleman that usually is out with that, spring cleanup.
Okay.
He said, ask for $100 again, but I said we did not budget any money for that. So what will happen is he'll bring his bins out, leave them,
Uh-huh.
he can't afford to bring an employee out,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll pick it up at the end of the day. The cost of the TV glass or something has gone up, and he was telling me all kinds of stuff, and I said, well, you know, you offered to come here originally, which is a nice thing that he's done.
So when will he be bringing the bin?
Our
At our
cleanup.
cleanup day?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, you
all right,
got it, because the TV.
Yeah, electronics and, yeah,
all right.
Anybody can go there
anytime.
At his
they're on the
place.
and go.
And that's no charge, correct?
Right, right.
I think he said if it has a plug, you'll take it. You could do a plug.
Oh, okay, all right.
He tries awful hard to get $100 from us, but, and it's not happening,
Okay,
because we know he takes it for free.
all right. All set?
Yep.
Moving on, clerk's report.
I just gave you a draft of phone numbers for the town. You can just look through those, make sure your numbers are right and what you want on there.
The only thing that I have for question is, in lieu of what Eric sent us with changes in planning board contact stuff,
Yep, basically,
taking your personal emails off that,
yeah, hopefully you're okay with that.
I'm fine with it.
Okay,
Yeah,
as long as you brought up in a nutshell, what's happening is, the planning board isn't gonna be allowed to use their personal email anymore. They're gonna be 5 planning board accounts, and then 1 central account, which is the older account that we had, that Clifton PB09. That's the one that we use to set up the web page.
Right.
So that'll still be like the central planning board account if anybody wants to type something in. And that keeps track of all the changes on the web page, et cetera, anyway. But the chairman account is Clifton PB01, and then the other ones are gonna get issued out 2, 3, 4, and 5. You know, Clifton PB02, et cetera, through 5, through 05. For everybody else will sign a little IT agreement that I put out there that said you're not gonna use it for personal use. And that all your planning board correspondence, all your town correspondence is gonna be conducted on that, et cetera. And then that way, if people wanna go look at the email or whatever, you know, then in the future, Debbie can just go, Debbie's gonna have the passwords to the accounts right here in the town office. She'll be able to go in and do it. And then as we change planning board members, you know, I've made up sheets for Debbie. Debbie can go in, and as each planning board member might change over time, we can just change the password to the account and the next person can get it, et cetera. So then that way, it's all controlled here at the town office, and all that business occurs that way.
Okay, all right. Have you decided who's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5?
Yeah, I'm
yet?
1, okay, and I think Bruce is 2 now. Bruce, did you log into that site yet?
I hadn't been able to actually log into it, but
Yeah, Bruce has a problem with internet. I don't know how everybody else's internet. Bruce uses a satellite internet service that's sketchy. So hopefully it will work out.
I was playing with it for an hour before coming to this meeting.
Okay,
I still couldn't get logged into it, but I will go back and try some more.
so
Can
hopefully.
you get those changes to Kathy as soon as you know what they are? She's just presented a list of contact stuff, and the planning board has your personal emails on it right now.
Yep. Well, I gave it to Debbie yesterday. I didn't know Kathy was compiling that list.
Okay,
Hopefully within the week we'll have it all worked out, but I haven't had a chance to have FaceTime with anybody else on the board at this point.
okay. Alright. If all of you could just look at that contact information, make sure
Get a hold of me if you want
if
something.
there's anything for corrections, okay?
Kathy?
No, that's fine. Is Scott Giacchio on here, the school board?
We don't, no, I don't have your number. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have it?
I don't, no. But it would be good, yes, like when I had questions about, oh, I thought you guys said Giacchio.
He did, that's good, that's good, yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that would be good to try to add that to this, because there's lots of questions when it comes to that department.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep. In your package, you have a quote from Alliance Digital Network, and that particular, this one, as of April 8th, Windows XP ends, and that's, 2 of our computers run off Windows XP, our older computers, our new ones are fine. And I talked to Carol about it. I don't know what we want to do with these 2 computers, either upgrade them. They gave us a price to purchase 2 new ones. I don't feel we need 2 new ones. The counter is the most, that gets the most traffic. The one that Rick sits at the desk, we don't even use that computer anymore. But they did say to upgrade, it was probably around $500 to upgrade. And that was just him talking to me on the phone real quick. There's a lot of things they consider, like the space that's probably been used already on the computer, if it would allow this type of upgrade. I guess there's a lot of things they consider.
Cheaper to buy a new one.
Yes.
Well, and that's why he gave us a quote. It is cheaper and better because you're probably gonna have to upgrade again eventually, or I'm not a computer tech or anything like that, but
And these are computers we just got, that's complete.
those don't, they're not involved. Those ones are fine. If we have 2
So
more.
what computer you talking about?
The one on
that
the
says
counter.
that?
No, the one on the counter,
That does your registration.
that does all our work. And the one in the corner where Rick sits.
Didn't that come in when we bought all that stuff, except for that, when it shoots the registrations off?
No,
Just the printer.
the printer is new, yes, but not this computer screen.
Yeah.
No. The ones we work from, Kathy and I, the new ones, we only bought 2.
And probably a lot of times we're doing them the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I need a new one. Is there any reason, I've never heard of Lenovo and Alliance Digital Networks out of Waterville. Is there any reason why we go to them for our computer needs and we don't
They
go
came
to?
to us originally and gave us a quote on the phone system and the computers that we have now.
Okay.
They've been really good to work with. Tech support is great.
I just know that this is kind of expensive for a computer.
Yeah.
And,
This is for 2.
Too.
well, even
And
the
still
per
at that it is, yeah,
unit
yeah.
rate there is more than
Yeah.
you would even pay for a Dell, which is top of the line.
This is, what it is
It's Dell.
ours,
I'm not talking
everything is in them.
How about,
Yeah, they're really good computers. Bruce can tell you about our computers. You know this brand, don't you?
oh, Lenovo, it used to be IBM. IBM no longer wanted to make computers. They sold it to another company, I think, I don't know if it's Japanese or Korean or whatever.
Chinese.
And they changed the name to Lenovo.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone I know that's had one has had great luck with it.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, we
It's a
haven't
good
had any
computer.
issues with ours, so. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good friend of mine, that's all
I
I
don't know
buy.
if the other.
The XP is no longer supported by Microsoft.
Right.
You need to at least get up to, Microsoft 7.
Beyond that, because 7 is also not being supported anymore. They want to
Yeah,
put it
Eight
close.
is terrible.
Well, am I allowed to talk
Absolutely.
about this? What? I got a bunch of computers in my house that all just went through this. You know, they're not all that old, but now all the systems have to be updated. And not only have I gone to a different, my computer guy said 8 is also terrible. And so he's put Linux operating systems and not Windows on mine, and there's no viruses, there's no malware, and it's all encrypted. So you may want to start thinking about a different operating system rather than the Windows, because Linux supports Windows, you can do your things on it, but that's the system that the hackers use, that's the system that people do not write software for, because that's where those people are working from, and they don't want to mess up their own stuff. So that seems to be a really good place for security, and I noticed that Free Speech TV and Democracy Now! Was hiring for someone for a Linux specialized operating system person, so people who are very interested in making sure their systems are secure and up to date are kind of using that. Just a suggestion. And I believe it might be free.
So if we don't use a computer how do we do registrations and stuff if we have to stop using that computer at the desk? Like right now?
No,
You don't
it's,
have
you don't have to stop
using
using
it.
it.
Okay.
I just don't furnish updates. Which
Well,
means you're
you
gonna
will-
be
you will be
susceptible
open
to
now,
viruses.
right.
We
Viruses.
can access our stuff easily
Yeah.
without this.
And Trio is on that.
Trio is, that's our,
Okay.
that's our program.
And then Rick's
Rick
program,
doesn't
Rick's
even use-
computer is the
no.
other one.
I got my own.
Is it on the internet? Is that one on the internet itself?
Yes, yeah, all of ours are.
So you must have
Because
some
we
kind
have to be with Moses. You got firewalls.
So you must have, they must have, otherwise you'd be dead. If you didn't have security on there, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
It takes about 15 seconds. That's about what it is. I turned on one computer, brand new one, opened it up. When it connected to the internet, I had a bug.
Oh my.
And it had Norton, a brand new version of Norton 360
Yeah.
on it, and it picked up a bug. It took me 2 days to clean it up and then start over.
Have you contacted Bob Penley?
No.
Because he sells computers and installs them and makes sure they work with Trio, so,
Right.
and they're generally a Dell. And it's very easy.
Is he a
He
private?
works with Trio.
Oh, okay, all right.
Lives at the end of the
Is-
Levin Cellar Road in Man
Okay.
Hill, that big gray place.
Okay. Nicole?
I have a question with the computers, if you're getting rid of them, would one be able to be in the library for like kids' games or something?
That's what we had planned to do, and yeah, that's our original intent, so absolutely.
That's another project.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
actually have some already set
Yeah.
aside that we never used.
Yeah.
We'll call Bob.
I think it'd be good to, get a couple
Get
of quotes
another,
on that,
yeah.
and not just, also computer essentials in Bangor, we build computers
Yeah.
and service them, and they do a good job.
Yeah, he's probably really busy.
There's some going around to get
Yeah, I
some
bet.
prices for comparable to this one here.
I know, I'm thinking about getting an Apple, because I've been told they are virus free, and I know it's a big change, I'm scared to do it, so I'm not sure if you would want to change over either, but it's something to consider.
Yeah.
I've been told it's the
Yeah,
way to go.
it's harder,
Trio won't
but
work
they
on
will.
that.
It won't,
Just
okay.
have
Yeah, so then
It's a window-based computer.
My
Same
daughter-
thing with Linux.
Okay.
Linux is not,
I'll make a
It's not
motion, we
foolproof.
table,
No, never mind.
the
because
computer
it's
until the next
open,
meeting.
because it's an open system, what do they call it, open
Any
source.
other discussion?
Some of the people that write the upgrades put
Okay, all those in
trapdoors
favor?
in,
Okay.
and you got no way to tell them.
Okay, where were we on yours, Kathy? We're kind of jumping around here. Inland Fisheries and Wildlife account, I
That's
think.
just an informational thing, just kind of showing that at the end of the year, when the balance for them.
I saw that. That's sweet. All right,
And the other is just your freedom.
okay. Want to just move that down and we'll do that at the end of the meeting? Is everybody okay with that? Okay.
What's the shredding information?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Freedom of access, we're going to do at the tail end of the meeting, so if people want to leave, they can, or you can listen to us yammer for an hour and a half. Okay, shredding information, retention change.
As Debbie and I were trying to clear some room in the vault, we got our retention book and we started pulling things out. We couldn't find anything that related to inland fisheries, so we called them, and they said, you do not have to keep anything, not even that. So there's a lot we can pull out now.
Years and years of
Yeah,
stuff.
and make room. Rather than throw a lot of stuff out in the trash with a lot of information, we decided to look into shredding. There was two, there's one shredding on site, they will actually come here. He said, this is an estimate, about 10 boxes, probably gonna be less than that, but it's about $40. He said he does a lot of town offices, they keep a lock, they bring in a lockbox, they put things as they're told, and then they come out and shred it when it's full. The other one was records management, and he said about $50 to $75 for about 10 boxes. They actually come get it, take it off site, shred it, and bring back a certificate of destruction. And either one can do it fairly soon, within the next week and a
And
half.
it frees up so much space in the vault. We were thinking we had to add on to the building, but once we started looking at the dates and the retention book, and oh my God, you can get rid of the lot. I should say.
Julie, who are we using? We're doing that, aren't we?
We have we actually lock our own, but we put it in and then they come once a month and take it away.
Is it
But I don't remember who it is.
Yes.
If they're taking it away, it's probably that records management.
I don't think it's records management.
And I know it's working for us,
Yeah,
right? We
yeah.
We have a lock box here, they put the stuff in, and it's in our office, just like it would be here. And then it disappears, and then they bring the empty boxes right there.
So just take it to work with your.
Yeah. And this is gonna be the most it's
This
gonna
year.
be this
Yeah.
year, because.
One box at a time, it wouldn't be.
Are those monthly fees, Kathy?
I'm sorry?
Are those monthly fees?
No,
No.
Just a one-time deal?
It's a one-time deal.
It would cost you so much more if you sat there and shredded
Oh,
it.
no.
We tried, we tried.
I've done a lot
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
We could take it out of office supplies, the expense.
I make a motion that, the level whoever, the $40, I can bring the box and have it done.
I'll send it back.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Okay. Moving on to old business. Estimates on the roof, we tabled this in March.
And we table it again, so I haven't had a chance.
Absolutely.
I'm waiting for, if Sean wants to give us an estimate on the roof.
That-
An estimate on the roof. I haven't called anybody, but
Oh, okay, I didn't know where he was on that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
it's been a busy month.
I'll just make a motion, we table the estimates on the roof until next month and to call a few.
Call me, yeah.
Get estimates.
No, I just happened to peek at it, it doesn't look bad, but I'm no roof expert. But I know my roof at home is getting bad, and so I can sort of see the difference. I don't, does anybody really feel like this needs to be replaced?
I think Sean, you probably already looked at it. Or have you not?
I think you can change some of them and get away. John Williams thought it was 15 years old, which it should go quite a bit longer than that. I mean,
What Sean had said a couple meetings ago was that if the town purchased the shingles, that he would put them on for free.
Yeah.
When I said that, there were gasps from the audience. So
So she dropped it, but
I dropped it.
at the last meeting, I made the motion that Debbie contact Sean and have him give us an estimate of what